Right, yeah.
Happy mama.
I know. I'm gonna give you a kiss on the cheek.
Okay, right.
Everybody stand up.
Now we can sit down. Even if we can't, we're going to.
Good afternoon, friends and family. Welcome to Glacier National Park. Emily and Patrick, I want to thank all of you for making the commitment to be here today as we witness this special union between these two special people in this special place. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bronson Erickson. Some of you may know me as the guy who shaped Patrick's beard in the style of Civil War General Ambrose Burnside in front of 200 middle schoolers and a newspaper and TV crew as a fundraiser in honor of his brother Kevin. Ask me for pictures later. Patrick was on the committee that hired me to teach in Big Fork. We had an immediate strong connection that led to years of shenanigans and hopefully some student learning while teaching middle school together. Now, although I nailed my interview, I believe the main reason they took a chance on a random person from across the country was because just a few years earlier, Patrick followed a similar path of adventuring west. So what drew Patrick to Montana? We're there right now, Glacier National Park, but not just any part of this expansive park, here at Lake McDonald. For Patrick, this location was a chance to be reborn and start anew, just like today serves as an opportunity for you both to be reborn and start anew together as you commit yourselves to each other. However, the true pioneer of journeying across the country to seek adventure is Emily and her family, evidenced through some incredible family history. I learned recently that Emily's great-grandpa Smith used to plow the Going to the Sun Road. Emily's grandma Jan and grandpa Raj brought her out here on vacation from Minnesota on the train when she was younger. And her grandma Nan and grandpa Virgil had their first date here on the shores of Lake McDonald. So it makes sense that when Emily first moved to Montana 10 years ago, this was the place she frequented in the park with her friends on the ministry team. As a matter of fact, if you walk from down here to the lake and look towards the mountains, that landscape is the exact view that Emily has tattooed on her shoulder. In my research leading up to the ceremony, I was able to spend some quality time with Emily and Patrick and get to know them on a deeper level through stories of their beginnings, their families, and their love for each other. I asked them if I spent a week with their parents, what would I learn? For Patrick, I already knew the answer. They're Irish. Through and through. Frank, the first time you and I crossed paths was when you played the bagpipes in beautiful tribute at our school's 9/11 memorial service, and then again at the fire station, the place where your heart resides. Carol, I'm personally a little bummed that we won't be eating any of your shepherd's pie tonight, which Patrick tells me through a lot of trial and error has eventually gotten quite good. However, I am expecting you to lead us in an Irish jig later. For Emily, her answer was clear and quick. My parents are obsessed with Jimmy Buffett. I couldn't find that many romantic quotes among the songs about cheeseburgers and margaritas, but here's what I dug up. A quote for Rich and Sue and any of the other parrot heads from a song called Come Monday. I can't help it, honey. You're that much part of me now. Remember that night in Montana when we said there'd be no room for doubt. So now Apgar Amphitheater will forever have a new meaning as that night in Montana, when you declare there's no room for doubt in your relationship. But as we know, this park is vast in its grandeur. There are 734 miles of hiking trails, over 700 lakes, and more than 100 summits, over 8,000 feet tall. For the years before they met, Emily and Patrick's paths were so close to crossing, but never did. We now know that they biked the Sun Road on the same days, camped in similar areas, peaked mountains within days of each other, and attended Zac Brown Band concerts around the same time. They were doing all the same things without ever running into each other. The universe has a funny way of creating these occasions of happenstance. So it seems like fate, as noted by Patrick, that when they finally met, it all made perfect sense, and it was such an easy relationship. Emily noted, "When we met, I felt like I've known him my whole life." As for me, when Patrick first told me about Emily, he talked about this nice girl that he met. She's from Minnesota, yada, yada, yada. But most importantly, he said, she's bagged more peaks in the park than I have. My response, well, you might as well just marry her now. And here we are. And so, from Minnesota and New York, Emily and Patrick's Montana adventure began here. And after many years and miles, they have arrived back at this moment to declare their love and commitment to each other. Patrick and Emily, you have made an important decision in choosing to marry each other this day. You are entering into a sacred covenant as partners in life. The quality of your marriage will reflect the effort you put into nurturing this relationship. You have the opportunity to go forward from this day to create a faithful, kind, and tender relationship. We bless you today. It is up to you to keep this blessing each and every day of your lives together. We wish for the wisdom and compassion to foster a marriage filled with love and happiness. Patrick, do you understand and accept this responsibility? That you promise to do your very best each day to create a loving, healthy, and happy marriage?
I do.
Emily. That's the right answer. Emily, do you understand and accept this responsibility? And do you promise to do your very best each day to create a loving, healthy, and happy marriage? So please turn and face one another. Since it is your intention to enter into marriage, join your hands and declare your consent before us here today. Patrick, repeat after me. I, Patrick, take you, Emily, to be my wife.
I, Patrick, take you, Emily, to be my wife.
And to be my best friend and love of my life.
To be my best friend and the love of my life.
I will respect you and have faith in your love for me.
I will respect you
and have faith in your love for me.
and have faith in your love for me.
Through all of our years
Through all of our years
and all that life may bring us.
and all that life may bring us.
Emily, repeat after me. I, Emily, take you, Patrick, to be my husband.
I, Emily, take you, Patrick, to be my husband.
And to be my best friend and love of my life.
To be my best friend and love of my life.
I will respect you and have faith in your love for me.
I will respect you and have faith in your love for me.
Through all of our years
Through all of our years
and all that life may bring us.
and all that life may bring us.
Friends and family, this is a truce bell. The bell of truce originated from West Ireland peasant traditions, believed to be derived from St. Patrick's bell of will. St. Patrick believed that bells were important to his ministry and helped him in performing miracles. So, Patrick and Emily, with best wishes from myself and all of those who you have invited to be here today, I present this bell to you. So, Emily, you'll go first. Emily, think of all the most lovely things about Patrick that you can. What sparks your love and makes you want to spend the rest of your lives together. Think about all the wonderful things you hope for in your future together. While holding on to these thoughts, give this bell a hearty ring. Patrick, think of all the most lovely things about Emily that you can. What sparks your love and makes you want to spend the rest of your lives together. Think about all the wonderful things you hope for in your future together. While holding on to these thoughts, give this bell a hearty ring. And now, give the bell a hearty ring together. So I hereby bless this bell, because I have the power. May its familiar sound always bring back memories of what you were thinking the first time you rang it. Keep this bell in your home to remind you of your wedding day, your love, and your hopes. When arguments arise, and they will, put this bell to its best use. One of you should ring the bell to call a truce. Its sound will remind you of your vows, conjure up the happiest memories from this day, and help you resolve your differences in a loving and compassionate way. So along with the bell, the rings that these two will give each other will be a reminder of their love and dedication. Eleanor has the rings. May these rings serve to remind you of the power and commitment of your love. So, Emily, repeat after me. Please accept this ring
Please accept this ring
as a symbol of my love for you above all others.
as a symbol of my love for you above all others.
It's my promise
It's my promise
that wherever our journey takes us,
that wherever our journey takes us,
I will be there for you wholeheartedly. With this ring, I be wed. Patrick, repeat after me. Please accept this ring
Please accept this ring
as a symbol of my love for you above all others.
as a symbol of my love for you above all others.
It's my promise
I promise
that wherever our journey takes us,
that wherever our journey takes us,
I will be there for you wholeheartedly.
I will be there for you wholeheartedly.
With this ring, I be wed.
I be wed.
So Patrick and Emily, you have chosen one another and pledged to love each other for all the days of your lives, before God and before this loving community of family and friends. As you travel through life together, treat each other with respect and remind yourselves often what brought you together. When your way becomes difficult, stand by and uplift each other. Through your union, you can accomplish so much more than you could alone. Be a constant source of inspiration to each other, and take responsibility for the quality of your life together that will surely be marked by abundance and delight. And now, by the authority vested in me as a special acting judge and reverend for the state of Montana, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. I now have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.
That's great.
Great.
Good night.
Give her another kiss.